So ADP yesterday ended up coming out worse than expected, right? And this is kind of what I expected too. I figured we would drop in employment numbers. The government is also signaling that you're going to see a slowdown in employment over the next couple months as well. So obviously we're in a recession right now, whether they seem to admit it or not. That's what's going on. I think last month's NFP was very much of a surprise, but ADP, it's looking like that's slowing down a little bit. We'll see what NFP is this week. Looks like we're finally breaking out of some of these ranges that we've been in. But moving into today, we've had a lot of Europe manufacturing PMI. French manufacturing PMI came out better than expected. Italian came out the same. Uh, we had CPI data coming out of uh, Swiss. So right now they were actually above previous. So they rose by one tenth of a percent from what they were expecting over here. So retail sales also as well. Now, moving into Great Britain, manufacturing PMI is below 50, right? They were expecting 46 and it exceeded what they were expecting, but at the same time it's still below 50. And that's the main thing that you're looking at. Europe PMI manufacturing is still below 50 as well. They barely missed what they were expecting over here, but still it's below 50, which is the main thing that you're taking a look at. Moving into 8:30 today, we have unemployment claims coming out. All right, then later on, 10 o'clock, ISM manufacturing PMI. So we'll see what we get coming out of the US. We are still above, from the last time at least, still above 50 points. So looking over here, we haven't really dropped below 50, but we have been missing our expectation the last few months over here. So we'll see what we end up getting right now when it comes to manufacturing PMI. We are not a manufacturing country anymore. We're more of a services country. So that's kind of an interesting part of this. But moving into tomorrow, you have NFP. So that's going to be the main mover. That's what all the banks are waiting for. Looking at GJ, not much has changed. Obviously, if you guys take a look, we reached our yearly highs at 68,700. We are now holding that resistance at 166. We keep rejecting and we keep making these lower highs, right? All these wicks are all coming up and then just dropping, all coming up and then just flipping bearish, right? So this current weekly candle was bullish. It looked like we were holding some kind of a support right here, but then what do you know? It ended up flipping bearish. It's still Thursday here too, so we could be continuing down. Now, this is interesting. What did I say the other day? Where you have our resistance being held, you could draw this up here, as we've been saying, and then also drag that to the left as well. We've been holding that as a resistance, right? Rejected that area, pushed all the way down, created a new low. Came right back up to that area, rejected again, and then ended up holding some kind of a support in this area before driving up. But we said that if we did hold that support and drive up, we would end up forming some kind of a lower high over here and continuing down. We've had 2 consecutive bearish days here on a pair like GJ, right? Strong bearish rejection, creating another lower high. Creating another lower high over here. Price is pushing down. We're pushing through our support right here, possibly, right? Unless we're going to reject like we have here multiple times. Faked it out. But right now we have a wick on the previous daily candle that we formed yesterday. We have a wick that we could possibly be filling right now. Looking at the 4-hour, now we could start drawing our support. Somewhere in here, we can always adjust as we go down the time frame, but you have wicks rejecting the area multiple times here as well, and then you get the clean move to the left if we get some kind of a 4-hour close below that level. But right now we are pushing down. Also, let me just draw this out. What's interesting too is the fact that we're breaking that bullish kind of actually that flag, whatever you'd like to call this. Right now, this was a consolidation to us, and now we're starting to break the bearish trend over here, right? Or the ascending bullish channel. So right now, you're kind of like retesting it, possibly. Right? We're not playing trend lines, but what you're seeing here is since tapping off this area right up here, we've been making lower highs and lower lows. And now you're starting to meet up with this previous support over here. This is a very key area. This is a great area for you to sell from. If you guys were trading in London or pre-New York, the sell we were just calling out here on GJ was a great opportunity for you to take a sell here based on the 4 hour. Just meeting up with all these areas. This one I wouldn't put too much stock into, right? But as far as like, retesting that area to continue down, it's more so the immediate price action, us creating these lower highs, lower lows, and then of course the previous support making a new resistance. All right, so the 1 hour, you can always just draw that like that. Previous support, now holding a resistance, rejecting multiple times. Now we're pushing into the support over here. So we're pushing into that support. Now, can we get that close below for price to come back into this area? Now, with this area right here, you do have enough pips. Got about 27 pips, 28 pips. The only thing is, we faked that level out twice. Right here, and then faked it out right here. Right? So, what would you rather have? Just a breakout trade? Or would you wait for that break and retest to take price down? Right? You want to wait for the smart move here, especially before NFP, and the fact that we really are still ranging all in this area. Should we drag that across? What's up, Jamie?
Morning, morning.
Morning, morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Good, man. Already sent the chart.
Yes, sir.
Need the other charts too. Let's see. Okay, beautiful. Right? What you have here is that resistance being formed, lower high formed. You have the support that's being held right now. And then again, you do have that support right there. So we got to see what's happening as far as this rejection so far. Price keeps like coming back up above that area. So we're gonna break down EJ in 1 second. Looking at the 30-minute here, again, this whole area, it's sticky, right? That whole area price is now tapping into. That was a nice move of the morning over here at 6:30. So right now what you want to do is wait for some kind of a pullback before price continues down unless we get that close below that area. This area just got a little bit smaller, only about 22 pips coming down into this area. Again, you really want to wait for that break and retest below this area, like right here. You want to wait for that break and retest before taking anything because you keep getting faked out in here. But below that, you got a clean move coming right back down. This whole area is where you want to be trading. All right? Look at that. Not the cleanest, but what do we have marked off here? Oh, that's 160. So that's the psychological level. Right here you have a little, you actually have a little stalling right here. Morning, Tiff.
Hey, good morning, Steph.
Good morning. And then you got this move coming down into here. See it on the 30 on the 1 hour? Yeah, 1 hour ended up pushing hard off that area over here. So this might be even nicer. And then these are your medium zones. All right. So we'll just see what we end up getting over here as far as the price action. We're a little overextended. We're due for some kind of a pullback in here because that's definitely a demand zone, profit taking area. You see price bouncing off of it already. So maybe we could get some pullback before taking it down, or hopefully we get that close below for the hour. We'll see. But again, that 4 hour candle, beautiful. All right, 4 hour formation is exactly what you want over here if you're going to be taking anything. So let's see what we get. All right, moving into gold now. Gold, same exact thing. Beautiful formation, meeting up with that key area, previous support, now a resistance. All right, price holding that as a resistance and just pushing down over here. Lower lows, lower highs, coming right back down. We're sitting at 1700, 800 right now. So can we push through and make our way down to 1680? It certainly looks like it. It certainly looks like price wants to. We can mark off 1700 right now, just because it's a psychological level, and then you got that support, previous support, and resistance right in here, and then obviously the candle body support right here. Price is sitting right at that level. So are we going to get some kind of a pullback, kind of like we got with this wick right over here, or are we going to push through and finish the week back at 1680? I think with bad data, or with good data, we can end up pushing our way back down to 1680 for jobs data. All right, we're now sitting at 1700 flat, pretty much. As you can see, this is where you want to be careful in this area. First of all, it's the first of the month, but also you had this move right here, right? Which ended up getting stalled out, and price had this little pullback over here. But from here to here, you were basically the exact same size move that you had right over here. So at some point, you know that anywhere in this area over here, that we're going to be due for some kind of a pullback before possibly continuing right back down. All right, this is a big profit taking area. And again, never say never, because we could very well push through and continue right back down to 1680, but I don't think it does that without NFP. Right? I don't think it does that without the volume tomorrow. So we'll see what ends up happening. But let's see what the price action looks like. But this move right here is almost identical to that. A lot of times when you have this overextension here, you get the pullback, and then price pretty much mirrors the impulsive move down as it does right over here. It's just something to keep an eye on. All right, looking at the 4 hour, we just made a lower high. Now we're pushing into that area. We do have a clean move to the left. This is a psychological level that I have marked off. But we have a clean move to the left back down to 1680, and price is flipping bearish over here. Little indecision candle on that 4 hour. It looks like it did pass the high. I can't really tell. But right now it's flipping bearish and passing the low of the previous. All right, so looking, let's see. There you go. Our most recent resistance. All right, if you guys are ever confused, mark off your most recent resistance. Obviously was the support over here as well. So we ended up holding that resistance and then just dropping down from there. Beautiful price action, strong bearish candle close over here, and price just pushing down. Now these candles are getting a little bit weaker in this area. So you got to see what is going to end up happening with that. All right, looking at the 1 hour. Now it starts to get a little hairy. So we're just going to move this right here. That's our most recent resistance. Look to the left. Does that match up with anything? Yeah, you got that previous support over here to the left as well. Doesn't match up perfectly, but that's what you have. So looking now, we're tapping into this previous support. Right? Prices right now, and you could see price over here ended up pushing right down into that area, and then we get that pullback. You push right down into that area, consolidated, right? And then get the pullback coming back up to this area. You stalled out right here before dropping through it, right? Which is what can actually end up happening right now, and with a clean move to the left over here. But we'll see what ends up happening. We'll see what the price action is that we get. Because right now, the 1 hour candle is very strong bearish. All right, let me see. Been respecting the lower highs. Creating these lower highs, lower lows since tapping off this area. Holding this resistance up here. All right, since getting this pullback, as we know with gold, we end up creating this impulsive move. We come up, hold that resistance, and then ever since then, we're creating these lower highs and lower lows. Just continuing down. Get this low created, push back up, and then now we're coming into these areas. So now can we continue down through here, right? Are we retesting the area and pushing through, or are we going to get some kind of a pullback? See the 30 minute. 30 minute looks nice as well. You have this support that was being held. Price is below it, coming right into 1700 psychological level. So keep an eye on that, right? We've been working our way all the way from 1800 up here, right? 100 pip move all the way from 1800 down to 1700. So you can imagine there should be some profit taking area at that point where price then consolidates and continues up. I just don't want to see you guys getting faked out. First of the month, you guys want to start off the month right. And we'll see what we end up getting here. That is a strong close below, right? 15-minute candle created its top wick, flipping bearish. Wait for the 1 hour candle to close. Let's wait for this 1 hour candle to close. Let's see if we cleanly close below that area and then hold that resistance to continue down. Because you do have the clean move. I know it's a psychological number, but you have the clean move to the left over here that we could continue to push through this. Especially if we have a strong dollar, which we do. Price is kind of rebounding now. Just take a look right here. Right? Price is just making these higher lows, higher highs on the dollar. We could end up rejecting this area again and stalling out. But again, it's just going to be a pullback before continuing up because the Fed right now is very hawkish. They really want to increase rates. Getting this pullback from 1700. Look at GJ. GJ looks like we may get that close below that area. May have a move today, guys. Morning, Carlos.
Hey, what's up? Good morning.
Morning, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing great, bro. Doing great. All right. Yeah. So looking, and this is that area that you wanted to trade to get a nice clean move out of this, Jamie.
Yes.
All right. This is that was our last markup over here. Now I think I've seen this many times, especially lately, where you're consolidating in here, but you get that last tap of that support over here. Get a strong bullish candle close. This candle ends up respecting the previous resistance and not closing back below. Next one creates its bottom wick, passes the high, and then all of a sudden, if you get some volume, this is 9 a.m., you could break right through that support or break right through that resistance. Have you guys seen that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been watching it. It's watch, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing it's been doing over the last week.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, so I'm just waiting for that volume to come in, like I said, and just push us right through.
Yes, sir. You might get that right here. Let's see the 1 hour. 1 hour's consolidating over here. It's not as clean, right? You would need Like this is too sideways. This is too consolidated. This is a bigger range, right? So when you hold that support, you get clean candles closing. This one, you ended up rejecting that resistance right here. And then we came down barely, and they came right back up with some weak bullish candles. And then we get that second rejection and a lower high in this area, right? So now price is holding that support. We got to see if there's any room for you to take a buy in here. I don't think so. You may want to wait for this, but we'll see. But let's see what we have to the left. Yeah, look at all these zones. So you know what? Price is holding support here, held support here, and now we're rejecting this area. And we just closed bullish. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you, sir. So that candle ended up just closing bullish right here, holding support. Now you got to ask yourself if this is worth taking. About 35 pips over here. Again, let's look at the higher time. If 4 hour, I think you're kind of due for, yeah, that's that resistance right there. Right. So once you break that area, here's your next area for you to retest. But we are definitely pushing up here. Question is, are we overextended? Right? Are we due for some kind of a pullback into 139, 130 to continue up?
Yeah, I was going to say right at that level, right before you changed, but it needs to come back down here, at least on the 4.
The 4 hour.
Yeah. So
Were you saying right here?
No, I think it actually needs to come back down a little bit further, kind of retest this area of previous resistance.
Yep.
Confirm that it's support, respect this trend line, and then continue up.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. That's what I'm looking at too. That's a hard rejection. Last time we were in that area, right? We came all the way down here, back down to this previous support. Right?
Yep.
Went back down, came back up into here, which we could possibly hold as support, and then just drop from that area. So let's see what we end up doing. But this is a no trade range to me. I'd rather wait for this. Once you have 50 pips, and you got a clean zone. All right. But great markup, man.
Thank you. Trying
Yes,
to keep it clean and simple, brother.
Yes, sir, that's it. That's all it's about. Most recent support and resistance, when in doubt. All right. So 1 hour candle did end up closing at that support right there. Right. We ended up rejecting 1700 and then flipping, or not flipping, but continuing right back up. The 1 hour candle does have a top wick so far. Let's see. The 30-minute candle created a candle with a wick to fill right here, but we ended up rejecting that area. See the 15-minute. Yeah, 15-minute ended up closing bullish here. So you at least want to wait for the 15 to close bearish. But again, there's something about this area right here that is telling me that price is probably taking probably going to be taking some kind of a demand area here. Let's see. I would wait for maybe another 30-minute close here. But what I do like is this hard push off this area, strong bearish candle close. We come down here, create a lower low, breaking that support, and then we come down, right, and end up rejecting, getting a really strong bearish candle close right there. And then this one closed bearish, but also rejected that area right here. So this one does have a healthy top wick. It's flipping bearish. You just got to be careful over here. You got that hard support formed on the 5-minute. coming back up to that 1702 area. Let's see GJ real quick. All right, GJ got that close below, but guess what? No bottom wick, right? So wait for your formation over here. And today we're going to wait for the 30-minute. Yesterday we waited for the 15-minute. It did play out, but at the same time we were sitting there waiting for price to flip and continue down when we could have easily waited for the 30-minute. All right. Plus this range is only 20 pips. So let's see if we get that perfect setup over here where we get that resistance formed and we could possibly continue down. All right, we finished our breakdowns pretty early. Who wants to break down a chart? 5-minute closed here. Bearish.
I haven't done one in a while, so I'll do one.
Let's go. Let's get through these. What would you like to break down, Jamie?
You know, let's go with my old troublesome friend, GU.
Okay.
I still have a love for that pair, but it's it's a love-hate.
Oh yeah. Don't look.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm on my phone.
Okay.
All right. Grab a little annotation here. Okay, so we're going to go with the most recent support and resistance. So you can see we clearly have resistance holding here.
Okay.
We have previous support here, which we've broken through nicely. And we have an area down here. I'm going to mark it, and we'll just mark it and see how it looks on the way back down, on the way down to lower levels.
Beautiful. Exactly how I'd mark it up.
Okay, you can see we've held this resistance is a strong area that we need to be concerned with. It's close to this psych level of 145, 1.45, and in between 1.40. We had resistance here, strong move away, held support, came back up to retest it again, very strong move away, giving us a volume to push through this area of support. So what I'm looking for now, that at some point in time, we can do one or two things. We can continue down, touch the support, then come back up and retest, or we can do a quick retest and then continue down.
That's
My
right.
preference would be to see the quick retest, do this, and then continue down.
Perfect. Great analysis. We're going to go back to GJ real quick before we continue that. Let's see. Because we got something like potentially like brewing up over here. Like this candle could create a top wick, flip bearish past the low. And in the first 30 minutes, in the first 15 minutes of that candle creating that top wick, could we continue down from here? And is that something that you want to take? Healthy top wick, 15-minute, starting to flip bearish as well. To me, I'd rather wait for the break and retest, because what did we get yesterday? What was yesterday's move? It's right here. So what we ended up getting over here was this candle closed just like this one, barely a bottom wick. The next one closed a weak bullish 15-minute with a wick to fill, and then we came up into this area. Anybody looking at this? Yeah, because you could be taking this based off the 1 hour too. And you're basically looking for this 1 hour candle to flip bearish and come down into this area.
Yeah, I want to take that once it flips.
If it flips, okay. Okay, let's just watch it for now.
I think it'll be good if I take it as well.
Who's
Because
that, Sergio?
Yeah, because it's got a bottom wick on mine. The previous candle, 1 hour candle, it had a bottom wick.
Yeah, it has wicks on my chart too.
Does it really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I have FXCM chart too.
Okay. So
So-
if one of you guys could send a screenshot, that'd be awesome. I want to see your markups anyway. We'll see what you guys are looking at. Yeah, it's weird. Different liquidity provider. Now, gold is rejecting this area over here. 1700 flat. All right, we keep creating these higher lows on the 1 minute, coming back into that area. Got to be careful with that range. There you go. 15 minutes pushing up. So can we get some kind of a maybe we consolidate? Like I said, I don't think we're gonna reach 1680 until NFP tomorrow, even if if that does even happen. Just gonna open this real quick. Yeah, so there's GU opening that on the other screen. This is about to flip here. This is something I'd probably lower my risk. Remember, it's the first of the month. Oh, Quentin sent this. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it's small wick.
Right now the candle's bearish on my screen.
It's flipping bearish.
It's already bearish. It was
Okay.
bearish when yours was
I
bullish.
think, yeah, 7 o'clock volume. We should be continuing down.
Yeah, I'm in this. I took it.
All right, I'll enter 1% here.
I know 1.5 just to
You see the lower
it's
time.
not an A plus setup, it's a good setup, you know.
Yeah. You know what I want to see? This is where you can
Yes.
use these lower time frames. The 5 minute kind of close below the area. And then that way we'll see the 15 minute, the way it closes, whether it's bullish or bearish. And I can wait. I can like miss out on this if prices drops. But I think it should. You see how I'm using these lower time frames here? Like we got a support formed here in the 5 minute. It's the 5 minute. It's a weak support, but we could end up rejecting that area first. We're also like in this whole area right here, right? We projected that area multiple times here. Sorry, I don't want to be bad energy for your trades. I'm just trying to, again, this is where it comes in. We were talking on the podcast yesterday about how important it is to just go with your gut, right? Like if I'm saying that I'm waiting for this, but this is a setup for you that you like when it comes to the 15-minute flipping, the 30-minute flipping, and this is something part of your plan, most importantly, take the trade, right? Because I'd much rather you take the trade and lose it and learn your lesson than listen to me, stay out of it, miss the trade, and then all of a sudden you don't know why you did that. Does that make sense? That's how you learn and get better as a trader independently. Thank you. That makes sense, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sure.
Yep.
Wait, let me look at Quentin's breakdown. This is nice. Got the nice support. This is the 30-minute. Okay. Marked off this area as well. And you're just waiting for that retest right here to continue down. And I'm guessing anybody that's in this, who is in this?
I'm in.
Okay, Sharjeel and Sammy?
Yeah.
Okay. Quentin, are you in this?
Nope.
Okay. Forgot what I was just gonna ask. All right, so the 15-minute is closing soon. All right, just closed. All right, so closed bullish here. This is where we can learn the exact lesson that we learned yesterday with the 15-minute over here. All right, we got a similar close. I know that looks a little blurry over here, but let's see. Right, we got that close below that support over here, right? 15-minute closed. Next one came all the way back up into that support. Next one closed bearish and we took it based on that. And then all of a sudden price came back up into that area close to our stop loss. It did end up dropping, right? And then we were able to take profit down here and close the full thing at 23 pips. And then look at that, price just flipped back. And then we just ended up consolidating a little bit. So what I'm saying is, what I'd rather wait for is what we got right here, where we ended up closing strong bearish. Next one closed bullish. Next one closed a fairly strong bearish candle, and the reason I say strong is because it's an all right body, but it's a nice wick to fill, and it never broke the high of the previous 30-minute. All right. So we learned that lesson from yesterday. Now we're gonna apply that today. One of the best things you guys could do in anything, not only trading, but not making the same mistake twice. If you make the same mistake twice in the span of a lot of time, that's okay, but do not make it a third time. That's just one thing that you want to focus on. And that's not easy. So we'll see what we end up getting here. Let's get rid of these boxes because it'll be confusing you. All right, gold ended up rejecting 1700 over here. Don't forget, we got data coming out tonight or today. Sorry.
I closed -6.
Okay.
The
All right,
full
let's go
thing.
back to it then. So price ended up coming back up into that area up here. This is
Yeah.
your stop loss?
Yeah.
Okay.
140.
And where'd you close?
055.
Okay. All right. And you closed the full thing?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you learn on that?
Patience.
Yes,
Be
sir.
patient. Yeah.
That's a big lesson you've learned for a few months now.
Yeah. I know I wouldn't have closed. I would have been hoping, but I've obviously seen like the 15-minute close bullish, and then the next one pushes up with some volume. Is so just a lesson I've learned, that just to rather cut it there than let it hit your full stop, because then you have a chance to get back in on the right trade.
Yep. The 90 to 95% of traders that fail, most of the time they're taking trades too early than too late.
And then it would have hit my stop loss. So
What was that?
it would have hit my stop loss anyway.
Okay.
So
Well, this is a good psychological win for you too, with the fact that like you were able to cut the loss, even though it was close to your stop loss. It's still like, okay, I'm not letting it hit my full stop loss.
yeah.
Like,
I risked like 16 pips and lost 6. So
Okay.
That's a win right there. That's what you say a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a psychological win.
Yeah.
And it's not one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm getting a participation trophy. Like, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back for everything. It's not that, but it's also a confidence builder that you guys are preserving your capital more than just trying to make a buck on every single trade that you take.
Yeah.
It's a psychological win. It's a confidence win. It's a boost.
Definitely.
Jamie just stepped away, so waiting for him to come back to break that chart down. While he does, I just need to use the bathroom real quick, and I will be right back. All right. Send your charts while I'm gone.
Sammy, you trade in London every day or not?
No, sometimes. Why? Do you?
I try to now. I'm gonna try to be in for London Open every day this
Okay.
month.
How come? Is it something you've been looking at, or?
Yeah, it's been I've been like doing it inconsistently for the past month. And right now I have set up my schedule to be able to do it every day. And so if I just wake up in the morning at the time I set for myself, then I can trade London, because I used to go to the gym at that time and I pushed it away at a few hours, like in between the two sessions. So now I can trade London Open, and I'm gonna stick to it for this month and see how I can do. I've been able to take a few wins during London in the past month, and I've seen some good volume at like right at London Open. It's 8 a.m. for you.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen some good moves right after London Open.
Nice. That's good. Do you like it better than New York, or is it something that you feel figuring out yet?
I don't especially like it better, but I feel it's important to also have a time where we trade alone. I think I believe it's different. We can take different things from it, because when you're just focused on what you're doing and you don't have anyone else around looking together, it's you get two different aspects of trading. I feel good about it. I get a different experience.
Yeah, I agree 100%. When you're on your own, it's a different feeling.
Yeah, you can put yourself more into the zone.
Yeah. You're still gonna be joining though, aren't you? The New York sessions, or?
Yeah, I'll still be joining.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do like right now my schedule is to trade 2 hours during the London Open and New York Open. Like I get on the charts like 45 minutes before London Open. I at 7:15 for you.
Yeah.
I'm out by 9, and then I come back to the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my schedule right now. And that's what I've been backtesting: 2 hours during London, 2 hours during New York, seeing both opening, and seeing what we can get with that volume. Because yeah, it seems very different to me at that point where you have like really you see the volume coming in.
Yeah, I used to
Okay.
trade London, and there is a lot of volume. That's a pro and a con. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
you can get fucked.
very quickly as well. But yeah, I might join London again soon. But right now, the results I'm getting at New York is very good for me at this moment in time. So
So
maybe soon.
usually in those times you're taking trades only during New York, pre-New York.
Yeah.
Or there's another moment in the day that you trade?
There's no other time that I trade, no.
Okay.
But I can do London, but I don't know. I
What
just
do you
don't know.
usually do with your mornings?
Sorry?
What do you usually do with your mornings?
Nothing. I'm a sleeper, to be honest. I'll be honest. I sleep a lot. So
You,
it's not something I'm busy. It's not something I can't do. I can do it. I'm free at the time, but I don't know.
you usually go out in the evening?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you working currently or just trading?
Just trading. So yeah. What about you? Are you working, studying, or?
I'm working in a restaurant. I'm doing like 20 hours a week right now, so not that much. Like this week I'm gonna be working like tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday in the day, and that's gonna be 20 hours total, like 23 maybe. And so that doesn't take much from my trading. I can basically go to bed at 1 a.m. and be good to get up at 8 or 9 in the weekend.
Do you work in the evening majority, or?
Yeah, I asked at the restaurant to be only working in the evening during the week, so I can be there for New York. I'm just 1 hour later than you in France.
Okay.
So
So it's
right
half
now,
1:30 for
yeah,
you.
it's 1:30 for me.
Okay.
So yeah, I work like tonight. I'm gonna be working from 6 to midnight.
All right. Sorry, Steph. We were just talking about London session.
Listen, never be sorry about that. I love my office is close to the bathroom, so I love hearing you guys like, talk while I'm away. It's we don't like the awkward silence. You guys are all a family.
I was just saying that in London session, I'm asleep. I'll be honest. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I'm free at the time. I have nothing going for me at that time. I don't know. It's something I have thought about during London as well, like 2-3 hours, and then like Quentin just said, he does 2 hours for London and 2 hours for New York. It is something I've thought about.
Yeah, it's a lot of opportunity. I've always said anybody in Europe is that's the best place to be in the trade, and the second best I think is where I am. New York, Eastern Standard Time, New York. So, but being able to trade London, wake up early and trade London, and then have New York volume later on too, where it's like, all right, I have London volume, and then maybe I could take a trade earlier on during London around 3, because a lot of volume pumps in around 3, and then you take an hour or two break, you go to the gym, you do something, whatever you're doing,
Yeah,
and then
that's
come
exactly
back
what I
for the
do.
stream at 6:30 for New York volume. And
Yeah.
then maybe not take a trade till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I was watching the boot camp yesterday, and so yeah, I saw Sharma breaking down the fact that throughout all the London session and the overlap, you get 60% of the volume of the day in the Forex.
Yeah. It's just you got to think of just opportunity and opportunity cost. So like let's say you're sleeping during that time where you could be waking up a little bit earlier, and then maybe you're going to the gym at that time. Sammy, I know you like to go to the gym at that time.
Yeah.
So now just switching that up a little bit and just being like, all right, let me get on the charts, see what's going on during London, because that's where the volume pumps in. And if I get something, I get something. If I don't, I don't. But at least I'm getting work in. Maybe I'm reviewing trades at that time, back testing at that time, but I'm just keeping an eye on London. And then in between London and New York, maybe during pre-New York before we hop on the stream, that's where you go to the gym. And then all of a sudden you're awake. So it's London session, gym, New York, and then after that you get your break.
I like the sound of that.
All right.
But that's exactly my daily schedule.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good shit. Yeah, and how do you like
exactly
that?
what I do.
How do you like it?
Oh man, it's great. Really, having both sessions is has been really good. Like, it's a good, like I was saying just before, it's a good experience to also have a time where you trade alone. And having both sessions,
Oh yeah.
I feel like because even though it's different from New York, you have two times where you see volume popping in the market, like London Open, New York Open. You have those two times, and you get more experience. You can experience like twice as much.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been great.
And I love that idea of getting one session to trade on your own and another one that's guided with your team
Yeah.
and your mentor.
I've been having a little more difficulty to wake up because I used to go to the gym right after waking up, and that was easier for me. Right
Okay.
now, I tend to hit snooze a couple times, and when I wake up at 8.
Mhm.
I'm supposed to wake up at 8, and these times I usually get out of bed at 8:15 or 8:20, like taking a quick shower and then fast on the charts, where I could be waking up like better if I could like really get up at 8. That's something I've been struggling with the past few days. Really getting up with the first alarm clock to really have a better morning. And yeah, I'm working on that. This morning I just hit snooze once. I was up at 8:09. But yeah.
Countdown from 5. You can always do that rule, but at the same time,
But
there's
I feel like a different person when I'm at half asleep. When I just wake up, like I have zero motivation. I feel like I'm a different person. I have a different mindset, and I just hop in the shower, and when I'm up, like it's a new person, like 5 minutes apart.
yeah.
When I'm in my bed, half asleep, just there, and I want to stay there, and my mindset is fuck my goals, fuck what I want in life. Let's stay in there. It's crazy.
So that's where the goals need to be a little bit bigger than yourself. Like you're always going to have internal goals, things that you want to accomplish for yourself, stuff like that. But when they get a little bit bigger and they get more broad as far as like for somebody else or other people, and other people are relying on you, stuff like that, that's where you wake up. And also like based on where you all want to be, based on where all of us want to be, like, even though I've gotten so far already at my age, there's still so much more that I want to accomplish. There's still so much more that I want to make, right? So, like, to me, I look at myself as broke compared to where I want to be. Like, if you listen to Grant Cardone, he's like, you got 200 grand in the bank, you're broke, right? And that's the mindset you almost have to have. You got to be almost a little paranoid. Like, I need to make money. I need to do way more. You got to light a fire under your ass. There's an album that I'm sending to you guys. Do you guys know Jocko Willink?
Yeah.
Okay. He has. Let me see. All right, he has an album that I just sent to you in the Slack group. It's called Psychological Warfare. But the first three tracks is a it's an alarm, right? I bought this whole album. I listen to it every now and then. I love it. But like this is the first track on here.
So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to get up and get out of bed. 1,
This is my alarm clock every morning.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8, 9, 10. Okay. If you're up and you're now ready to get after it, you can go ahead and shut this off. You won.
Oh, can't play the rest of it. I could play it on my phone. But do you get what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Quentin? Wait, hold on, let me.
But yesterday I was meditating before going to sleep, and I was visualizing me waking up in the morning and being more awake as soon as I open my eyes, because usually I just my eyes won't open. I'm like self sleeping even though I'm awake. Like I'm in between. I was visualizing myself yesterday, and that helped me this morning.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna keep with that for a few nights, doing that every night before going to bed.
Doing what?
Visualizing myself, meditating and visualizing myself waking up
Yeah.
in a like visualizing. Okay, my alarm clock goes off, and I'm awake. I'm fully awake, have my eyes open, and I put my feet on the floor, and I sit on my bed for a moment. I drink a bit of water, and I get up. Like visualizing that a few times, it helped me this morning.
Okay. I love that. That's probably one of the most powerful things you could do, like meditating it the night before, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, dude, if you got to sleepwalk yourself to the shower, do it. Because that's what
Yeah,
always
I
used to
know.
wake me up
I
as
know.
when I was in high school. Like if I was in high school and I went right to school, like I woke up and went right to school, I'm just like out of it. If I took a shower before going to school, I'm way more awake. Forget a cold shower. Just a regular shower wakes you
Yeah,
up.
once I'm in the shower, there's no problem. Once I'm sitting on my bed, there's no problem. I'm gonna get up. It's
Mhm.
just the part from lying down and to sitting. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Again, just count down from 5.
Yeah.
It's got to be. I know it's hard to do in the beginning and it's hard to just listen to. But if you actually do it, you need to take control of your brain. You're not going to get anywhere unless you control what your mind is telling you. That's just a fact, right? And everyone has an issue with it because it's the hardest thing to ever master. That's why you guys are in here. That's what we're constantly working towards every single day is trying to master our minds and not let it master you. When you let your mind master you, you're a slave to your own mind, no confidence whatsoever. And it slowly starts to dwindle and slowly starts to eat away at your confidence every single day. The more that thing takes control of you. If you say you're going to do something, you got to do it. And the more you do that, the more confidence you build. That's the key to life, right? You keep doing that on a daily basis every single day, you're going to get everything that you want in this life. So like that right there is the first win of the day. It's the first defeat of the day if you don't listen to it. Here, I'll play the rest of this track for you because I have it saved on my phone.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If you're up and you're now ready to get after it, you can go ahead and shut this off. You won. You can proceed on to go get stronger and faster and better. But if you are still actually lying in bed, then I can't stop right now. You have to keep listening. I need to tell you about the mistake that you are making. I need to tell you what you will feel like later in the day. You will feel weak. You will feel groggy. You're going to feel like a loser. Like a
That's
person
right.
that fell short, that failed the first test of the day. All you had to do was get up, get out of bed. Instead, stayed in that warm bed and squandered the opportunity to train and to get better. And that will be a downward spiral for your day. Undisciplined and weak. Or instead, you can get up, get out of bed, go splash some water on your face, and then do 10 burpees. Just 10 burpees right now to get your blood flowing. And I promise you will not feel tired anymore. So let's go now. Get up. and get after it.
It's a great alarm. It's like you're gonna feel like a loser. I love that thing. So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's your goal is waking up at 8?
yeah. That's been my time to wake up for a long time now.
And what time do you go to bed? Midnight?
Depends. Usually midnight, and when I have work, sometimes 1 to 1:30 a.m.
Okay. But no matter what, you're trying to wake up at 8?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Nothing.
If I have to be in bed at 2 and I have only 6 hours of sleep, then I'm gonna make up for it in the weekend or sometimes
Yeah.
when I don't have work in the evening, I'm gonna go to bed at like 11:30 midnight, so I can have 8 full hours of sleep.
Okay.
Because yeah, right now I really feel tired if I don't have 7.5 hours of sleep.
You feel tired if you don't have that?
Yeah, if I don't have 7.5, I'm gonna feel tired and not as productive.
And you know, you can also make up for that just with 15 minutes of a nap throughout
Yeah.
the day. A lot of very successful people do that. Where they'll take a quick 15-30 minute nap during their break, power nap, and then they'll go right back to work. My problem is trying to do that. It's hard for me to fall asleep during the day.
Yeah, same. I can't sleep during the day.
I can't sleep at all. Like it's hard for me to fall asleep. But let alone during the day when you got light coming in. And then also like in the back of your mind, like it feels weird sleeping during the day when we have things to accomplish.
Yeah. I think that's one of the issues. I sleep kind of late. So if I sleep at like 2 a.m., getting up at 7 or 6 is basically impossible.
Well, yeah, that's on you. You can easily fall asleep earlier than that. You almost have to. You know?
Yeah.
Like how come you stay up so late?
I go see my granddad at night because he's got dementia in it. So yeah, I go see him every night.
Okay. Any chance you can make that earlier?
Not really, because he doesn't go to bed until he sees like us, me, my mom, and my dad, and it's tough, you know.
Okay.
Well, that's one of the main reasons. Otherwise, I do go out. I'll probably go to sleep a lot earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, that's something I have to deal with for now.
Okay. Makes sense. Jamie, if you're there, do you want to finish breaking down GU?
We could.
Okay. I mean, do you have to get ready for work?
I am getting ready in the background. So if I can take a few more minutes to finish up GU and then go back on mute.
Let's do like a speed round, like just like this is my level, this is my level.
You got it.
And we'll see how efficient you get with it.
Okay, so right now we're on the monthly, so we'll drop down to the weekly. We already marked the monthly up.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take this zone, bring it up to here. Okay, if we look left, we have an area here where we have current support. Breaking through on the bearish candle. In my mind, I'm thinking we need to do this.
Okay.
Before continuing down, we have a wick fill to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also keep in mind that these wicks here are bodies on the lower time frames.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be our target right here to continue down to these wicks.
Got it.
Daily?
No. Yep.
All right.
Okay, let's take this zone, move it down here.
Okay. Perfect.
Light up a little bit for me. Thank you. We have current resistance here, which was previous support.
Beautiful.
We have a choice to make on this zone. So in my mind right now, I'm thinking it needs to come up here. But this was the reaction to this area. This is the reaction again to this area. And then we had this as well. Support here.
Where?
Yeah. Right now we have this beautiful bearish run. We're probably gonna do this if we have the momentum to break through this zone.
Yes, sir. Yeah, these bodies are getting a little bit weaker. As you
Mm-hmm.
can see, it's identical. You got this move, then you get the consolidation, and then the same exact move. So at some point, you're going to want to get some kind of a, pull back a little bit. And now you're also coming into, what's going on here? You're also coming down into this area over here. Let's look at the 4 hour now. See what you got going on.
We can take this zone, pull it up here.
Beautiful.
We have an area of support here.
Beautiful.
We have a slight attempt at a retracement. One bullish candle, bearish candle currently, nice bottom wick. So we actually need to see some sort of retest to come back up to this area, at least close to it, even if it's here, before continuing down. This to me is not a valid retest right now.
Okay.
So
116. It's now holding as a resistance so far on the 4 hour. But can it reject this support here, which was formed with that bullish candle? Like you said. Awesome. All right, the 1 hour.
all right. Now this is a beautiful retest here. We have support, resistance, minor support here, bearish engulfing here, breaking through, current bullish candle. So we need to see what this candle does over the next 15 minutes to see if it actually closes back above, or does it pull back and just leave a wick and then continue down. So what I'd like to do is put a little zone just right here, only because that's the level of support that is currently, that's the low it created. So created a low, rejected it, moving away. So let's see what it does. Then on the 30, we can clearly see we have one bullish candle here, bottom wick rejection, current bullish candle, huge volume coming in. That's at 7:30, 7 o'clock volume. So we're pushing up. We're going to tap back into these areas where these wicks are and then move down. We also have this mess to the left.
Yeah.
So we could just very well just tap in here.
What does that tell you every time we create these lows over here? Just breaking down the anatomy of these ranges.
We're collecting orders. We need liquidity, so we come down and we clear this mess that I've created.
Gotcha.
We come down, range, collect orders, do a couple of grabs, come down again, range, do a slight retest, come down again, and I expect us to do the same thing, range. Exactly. So we just keep collecting orders, doing liquidity grabs on these various levels on our way down.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect analysis, because you got this impulsive move, you hold support, continue to consolidate again, and then you end up creating these lows over here, consolidate, holding that low, continuing back up. Now you get the same exact thing. Price possibly holding support. Can we consolidate in here, or even pull back into this area to then continue back down? Or are you going to get some sort of a fake out of this previous support, which I'll have right here? Because we would have wanted price to close below this area, but now we get a fake out. Can we continue to consolidate in this area, or maybe even pull back up? Because let's see what we have as far as the last time we were creating a new low. There you go. So we've been creating these lower highs here respectively, right? are we coming back into this area, consolidating, and then continuing down from there? Tapping that area one more time? Or are we going to do something like this, where we consolidate a little bit and then drop from this area to continue down? 114,800 is our next level. Great job, man.
Thank you.
These zones, and you picked up the zones, what, like 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And now they're really, coming in clean.
Yeah.
It's this is a chart I would draw out. It's a good job, man.
It's really been helping. When I moved away from the lines made the chart a little messy. And then I would put a zone around the line. So I would end up with, double. But, once I got away from the lines and just started training my eyes to see the zones, it made things a lot clearer, because I'm no longer, I had a tendency to focus strictly on the left and missing out on what was going on here.
Yeah.
All over here to the right. So,
think about what that word means, zone. Like, this is a zone where price wants to come into. It's not a specific line. And if you read Naked Forex, you'll get the same exact thing. How are you liking Think and Grow Rich, by the way?
I freaking love it, man. I was talking to my wife about it for almost 2 hours last night.
Wow. It's a good discussion.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's actually, I sent her the link you sent me. She's going to listen to it today. And the way I do things, I actually have to listen to things 3 times. So the first time I'm listening to it, I'm just listening to what they're saying and I'm picking up key pieces. The second time I listen to it, I actually dive into every little detail, and more you listen to it, the more things get revealed. The third time I listen to it, I guess you could say, solidifies or cements itself in my brain.
Oh yeah.
So now all these different concepts or these key details that I heard, they're now ingrained in there.
Yeah. There is a 5 steps. Okay, so let's see if I can find this. Yeah, there's like a 5-step learning process, specifically when you're reading a book. This is what I love to go based off of. Can you guys see this? The unconscious incompetence, which is where a lot of people are when they first start trading, right? Like, they don't know what they don't know yet. They have no idea what they're looking at when it comes to the chart, candles, wicks, anything. They have no idea. Conscious incompetence is knowing that you don't know things, knowing that there's things to learn now. You're conscious about that and that you need to learn. Conscious competence is knowing what you need to learn and now you're learning it, right? You're getting better at it every single day. Unconscious and this is where a lot of you guys are right now, right? And most of the time, I would argue, and we were talking about this on the podcast yesterday, where business, athletics, and all that stuff, and sales, whatever the case may be, is very similar to trading, but also very different from trading, because trading is a long game. Sales and business or anything like that, that's got to be like every single day you're focusing on how many calls can I get out, all that stuff. Like, how many people am I turning over every single day? Stuff like that. That is like immediate. What's the word? Immediate results that I need every single day. With trading, it's like I don't need to grab a trade every single day. I don't need to make money every single day in this market. I need to make money over the course of the week, over the course of the month, over the course of the year. Right? So when we were talking about this, like, conscious competence is kind of where you want to be as a trader, because you're not overconfident and you're not fearful, right? Unconscious competence is, I can argue, really where you want to be as a trader as well. But at the same time, that's where overconfidence can start to creep in, because this is where you want to be. But it's also, again, like I said, it's a little hairy when it comes to that area, because unconscious competence is Kobe taking a shot, knowing exactly where he is on the court and knowing he's going to make it. And he can almost make it with his eyes closed. That's where he's like fading and someone's in his face and he knows he's going to make that shot, right? Same thing, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, or unconscious competence when you're on a sales call and people are just giving you rebuttals one after the other, and you're just able to answer them automatically because you've handled those rebuttals every single time and every single day, multiple times a day. So it's just it's an area where you're super confident and you know exactly. You're not even thinking about it. It's like tying your shoes, right? This is what we were talking about yesterday and what they talk about in Naked Forex, where the expert trader, sometimes there's a lot of things that it's very hard for them to explain to other people, beginner traders, because it's just that intuition that they have with their pair. And that's what I talked to you guys about with GJ and gold, and knowing price is going to start turning around in this area. So this is where I want to start to secure. This is where I want to take a piece off. Or this is a good setup, but being that where price is at right now, I'm just going to hold out of this trade, right? And then all of a sudden price goes against you. You know exactly what you thought would happen. So that's unconscious confidence. It's where you guys want to be without being overconfident in the market and letting that creep in. But this wasn't exactly what I was talking about. There's a 5-step learning process: conscious, uncompetence, competence. I guess just like understanding you're in that zone. But what I'm talking about is like when you're reading a book, learning a new subject, how you have to apply it, how you have to test yourself, and then redo it or something like that. I don't know the exact. I got to read up on it, but the way you read books, Jamie, is exactly where you want to be.
Okay.
Just keep rereading things and applying it. We're getting that pullback here on gold. Looks like price pulled back into this area, created a lower high, now flipping bearish over here. So maybe with New York volume, see the 1 hour candle closes like this. The next one creates a top wick, has to lower that candle. With New York volume, maybe we could take this thing down after this strong bearish candle close of the wick to fill. But the only thing is, like I said, you do have the clean move to the left, but that 1700 level, we just dropped 100 pips in the last, what was it, 2 weeks, basically. GJ over here. Let's see if we're gonna be respecting this area with New York volume. Maybe we could take this down. But again, GJ is a little bit more difficult over here. Anybody want to break down another chart, or do you want to just keep looking at the markets? It's for you guys, not me.
I don't know if Sam is back.
Is Sammy back, you're saying?
Yeah, he said be right back in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, you did
I
say
wanted
that.
to talk about something about sleep again.
What?
I wanted to talk to him about sleep again.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
I bet he went back to sleep again.
No, no, wouldn't be that cocky.
Yeah. All right, so let's see.
But yeah, we can wait for 2 minutes that price closes.
Yes, sir. Nice 3 minutes. I really wish this candle had a bottom wick over here that we could fill. Let's again. This is what I tell you guys to do all the time. It should be on your checklist when it comes to entry for your trading strategy. Is waiting for, or not waiting, but whenever you do your breakdown early in your session, just before you're taking a trade, go back to the higher time frames and just take a quick glance of what's going on. And by the way, before I do that, what I want to do is journal some of these to see if we're going to end up getting anything. So GJ, XU. GJ over here, we're going to take a quick screenshot. This is why we wait for the 30-minute, right? Can we get a volume push? A nice 30-minute candle close. And this is a perfect example of how you learn from the previous day or learn from previous price action and not make the same mistake in the, the next day. Right now, we literally did the same exact thing we did yesterday, but we learned our lesson and waited for the 30-minute. So let's see if we get a good close here in the 30-minute. 15 looks good. A little tricky over here when it comes to the price action. Got 1 second left. Okay. All right, 30-minute candle closed. Let's see if it respects the high of the previous. And maybe we could take this thing down. To create that nice healthy top wick. Has to lower this candle over here. Nice strong bearish candle close. Breaking the low so far. Anybody looking at this?
Yeah, yeah, I want this candle to pass the previous bearish candle.
Good shit, Carlos. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Feel like I haven't heard from you this morning. How you
Yeah,
been?
I've been doing little stretches behind the scene. You know, I woke
Oh,
up
there you go.
yeah, I woke up a little sluggish. I'm not gonna lie. So
Okay,
just trying to set the momentum.
I love it. All right. So yeah, my plan I think is once we create this top wick over here, if we could pass the low of that wick right here with New York volume, we should be continuing down. And we got about only about 15, 16 pips right there. It's really not much, but at least we get that like retest. Now, one thing I would definitely be doing is securing at this area, 168.50. If we take anything. Another screenshot. I'm obsessed with taking multiple screenshots. Look at gold over here. Ooh, gold, 1 hour candle. Past the low of the previous small top wick. That's a nice candle close here in the 15-minute. 30-minute candle, close bearish. Problem is, like, where are you going to put your stop loss? All right, you're going to put it all the way up here. And we have news coming out at 8:30 anyway. So let's wait for that to come out. For gold. ADP, not ADP. We have unemployment coming out. Right? And then again, ISM manufacturing PMI. So we could stay patient for that. But I do like this candle right here. I like the fact that this candle rejected that area as well. Only thing is, if this created like a nice top wick somewhere over there and then flip bearish, maybe you could put your stop loss there, but it's risky. Like I said, 1700 is a tricky area over here that we've already rejected. If you look right here, rejected multiple times here. Thank you, Jamie. Have a great day, buddy. Great breakdown today.
Thank you, brother. You too, fam. Trade smart, trade without fear. Crush it.
Yes, sir, baby.
All right, peace out, Jamie.
Make them donuts.
All right, brother.
See you, buddy. All right, we're getting this retracement over here. We can pass the low. That's a nice, healthy wick. Let me see the Japanese yen today. Dollar's heading up. So gold should be continuing down. See, Japanese yen is weak as well. Makes it tricky. You only have about 16 to 17 pips here.
So when the yen is weak, that what does that mean for the pair?
That means that GJ should be bullish. But we did get, let's see, the news that or the economic data that we got this morning over here for final manufacturing PMI did exceed expectations and previous. So that's another thing going against us for sells on GJ. But at the same time, it is below 50. So anything below 50 is bad for the currency. Right?
Okay.
So this is a little tricky to trade. I would say this is more of like a B setup, but with New York volume, we should be pushing down. We had a nice move here during London, right? And then all of a sudden we get this retracement a little bit, and now we could possibly continue this down. Not to mention that we were forming this bearish trend over here. You look at the 4-hour. We've been respecting these lower highs, right? And then also in this ascending bullish channel over here, respecting that area. But guess what? This morning and last night, price comes up to this previous support over here, holds a resistance, and continues down, right? So this is a hard area that price is pushing off of. So can we continue this through? Can we get that last push over here on the 4-hour to continue down and pass these wicks? Or is that not going to happen? 1-hour candle closed a strong bearish candle, right? Next one respected the previous support, right? And rejected. Now this candle is creating a top wick, flipping bearish. 30-minute candle is flipping bearish. Are we going to pass the low of the previous over here? Well, MetaTrader. Why does this happen? It like freezes. So I'd be in right now, but this is not. Does that happen to you guys?
Nah, not MetaTrader.
Broker sucks.
It just happened to me right now.
Yeah, right? It just like freezes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I entered as we passed the low of that candle. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. You get unfroze. See if this New York volume should push us through. My stop loss is up here. Anticipating this move down.
I just don't like the support of 161 flat.
161. Yeah, you have that as well. Um, It's just a healthy top wick. And if you remember yesterday, it took us a while to continue down as well. Let's see, 30-minute entry. And a lot of times you get that that volume coming in around 8:15 and 8:30. So maybe that will push us down here. But we'll see. The 1 hour candle did close bullish, so it is a little risky, but it closed a weak bullish candle below this previous support. Let's see what we're doing here on the lower time frames. Are we holding this as a resistance to continue down? Still making lower highs here on the one minute. Just waiting for that volume to kick in. Let's see, to get a picture of the 15. I don't like the fact that the stop loss is above the entry 15-minute candle, but it's also above the 30-minute, which is what we took it based off of. Take many screenshots. There we go. 5 minutes rejecting that area. Anyone else in this? Feeling a little off. I feel like price is like grabbing orders to just drop soon. Curious how this 15-minute closes. Next 3 minutes.
I'm in this too,
Okay.
but I went away for a bit.
You left us.
Yeah. Now we have a low to target, so that's beneficial.
Holding a higher low in the 1 minute, but it's a weak time frame. It's gonna end up doing the same exact thing it did yesterday, where it just teeters around here and then drops. Five minute holding a higher low. Ah. Can we respect the high? No. I'm not out yet. I don't like this. Part of me feels like it's just like gonna reject that area to continue down, but possibly not. I don't know.
It just stopped me out.
Did it? Okay. Yeah. How much do you guys risk on this?
I risked about 1%.
Yeah, I'm out.
Not even that much.
Yeah, barely risked anything. Now what I'm looking at are these wicks right over here. Right? We failed to break through these wicks, right? And price was holding that support right at that area. So that's a clue that this wasn't going to work out. All right, so let's see. Just journal this real quick. Oh well. Stuck to our plan, stuck to our setup. You're not going to win every single trade from your setup. Not like we took this during pre-New York. It's 30 minute. Minutes. So Sammy and Sergio, you guys are like those are two trades for you guys today, right?
Yep.
So in order to not let your confidence dwindle, I would pretty much step away right now. Yeah, so you see we formed that higher low over here on the 5 minute. I just didn't want to end up micromanaging it the way I kind of did yesterday, but screenshot of the 1 minute. I lost 0.3% on that. Okay. Now reassess. Yeah, we're really rejecting that area. And it's not like we didn't wait for the break and retest here because we got it on the 30 minute. But again, I think we needed to clear this area over here. That was not big enough of a range. I thought we could get it with New York volume, especially the way London was. But again, it's not always going to happen that way. 15 minute on gold closed bearish. King gold continued down with some volume. Now, one thing I may live back test is a sell stop below 1700 here with unemployment coming out. Clean move to the left here. All right, clean move to the left. If we get good unemployment coming out, strengthens the dollar. Can we continue bearish from here? Let's see. Who we got in here? Praveen, Tiff. Tiff, how you doing?
How you
You
doing?
there? What's up, Quint?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? It's like a combination of Italian and French. Dijon. Dude,
It's Joey in France.
is who?
Joey
Joey who?
in France.
Who's that?
I know what you're talking about. The show Friends.
Yeah.
Oh, Joey from Friends?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you said Joey in France.
No, in France.
Yeah,
And,
no, Joey's he's Italian.
And he always says, "How you doing?" like that.
Yeah, always. He's funny. All right, so we ended up filling that wick over here on gold. Right? Are we going to continue through 1700 here with New York volume? I think all of you guys are on Discord already, right?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we're going to be switching over to Discord soon.
I was looking into Mike Horn past few days. Do you know who he is?
Who?
Mike Horn.
Mike Porn?
No, Horn.
Horn, like H?
Horn.
Okay. No, who is that?
Is a crazy dude from South Africa, and then he went to Swiss, and that guy is like the greatest explorer in the world.
Wow.
He's done like 6 months into the Amazon and going down the river with like just how you call that, a speed diver, like just a small thing in wood. And for 6 months he was all alone and going down all the river from where it starts all the way into the sea.
Mhm.
And he did that all alone, living with like barely any food and just fishing when he could and all that. He's been into Antarctica for like doing 2,000 kilometers alone. Look him up, and you're gonna see that dude did some crazy things.
Okay.
He's got a mindset, like, he's just crazy.
Mike Horn. Let's take a look. Let's just hope Mike Horn doesn't pop up. Oh, wow. This guy?
Yeah.
Swiss professional explorer and adventurer. Johannesburg, South Africa. Okay. Who is Mike Horn?
Being born in South Africa, where the outdoors was a very big part of my life, I quickly understood that I was happier outside than inside. And often sitting in a classroom, just looking through the window, I didn't want to be in the classroom. I wanted to be outside. I wanted to be where I thought I felt the most comfortable. All the danger and the beauty of nature fascinated me as a child. I swam down the Amazon, 7,000 kilometers, 40,000 kilometers around the world on the equator. Then decided to go to the North Pole. I climbed some of the highest mountains in the world without oxygen. I've crossed the South Pole, I crossed the North Pole. I sailed 15 times around the world.
What?
You dreamt it, you busy doing it now. That's why we've got to dream with open eyes. To be able to see things like they really are, I think is very important. If we can keep on dreaming like a kid, like a young boy, that is when today your dreams can become reality. I believe that everything in life starts with a dream. I based my life on making all my dreams come true. My name is Mike Horn, and I'm a professional explorer.
That's awesome. Damn, 15 times around the world? That's amazing. He's not wrong. Everything
He
starts with a
almost
dream.
died tons of times.
He what? Almost died?
Yeah.
I was wondering that.
Lost fingers or anything. I was listening to him this morning, and he told a story about when he was in the South Pole, and he took his gloves off to tie his shoes, and instantly his fingers started freezing, and then he put them. They were as such freezed that he put them in the fire, like right in the fire, and after that his fingers started to grow like real big, and he was about to lose them, so he went back home very quickly, and they had to cut the tip of his fingers, and like he has so many stories like that. Like, he almost lost his fingers that time.
Oh my god.
That dude is crazy. He goes into North Pole, Antarctica with like uh bobsleigh or something, like a small thing that he carries behind him with
Uh-huh.
like 200 kilograms of food and fuel to heat. And he just he did 2,000 kilometers around the Antarctica with that hanging behind his back, 200 kilograms of food.
Wow.
And the dude is just all alone. He did that in the period where you have 3 months of total nights. It's just nights for 3 months in the North Pole or Antarctica, and so it was just all dark around him with wind and cold, and he just made it to 2,000 kilometers. He told that he drank 5 liters of water before going to sleep, so that it wakes him up after 2 hours, so that he doesn't die sleeping.
Wow. Dude, this guy's insane.
Yeah.
I was wondering when he was like doing that canoe through the woods like that, like where it's like really tight narrow spaces, like snake could come up and just take him out, or like an alligator or something.
Yeah. He told he was eating alligators, like small ones, small caimans.
Wow. Dude, my grandparents told me a story that my grandpa was in the military, and he went to Vietnam and everything, but when he was on base, he had a friend that had an alligator and asked them to watch him while he went away. So they were watching an alligator, kept him in the bathtub, for about a week. They were watching an alligator. They've had like every animal. Birds, dogs, cats, alligators. A couple other things too, I forget.
Yeah,
That's
gator
nuts.
is not the same thing
No.
as dog or cat.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. So we're getting this pullback over here that bounce off 1700. It's a huge profit taking area for a lot of people over here that have been in sells since 1800. Right? If you're a swing trader and you've been in that, right now we're tapping into 1700. Got a clean move to the left. Could be grabbing liquidity right now before dropping with maybe solid unemployment, but I doubt that's what we get. Let's see what we have here. I'm actually going to expand this. Move this here. All right. Three seconds. All right. What are the numbers? Non-farm productivity quarter to quarter dropped. Or 232,000 jobs. So that dropped, which is good. But again, this is a huge profit taking area. So we could be bouncing off. They could have been like pricing that in. Let's see how the dollar reacted. The dollar's pushing up over here with that news. US 30. Damn, US 30 is just dropping over here. Gold is pushing up over here. Strong bullish candle close. This one created a bottom wick, flipping bullish. Again, you want to be patient in these times. Just watch price play out, see what ends up happening. Anything on GJ? GJ really got us today, but again, that was our fault. We executed that. What you have here is, again, all these wicks in this area. Honestly, you have this whole area right here that price needed to clear through, and you should have been better off, or we would have been better off waiting for that 800 level to break, right? Yeah, I think we should have waited for that close below this area, and it's just something that you want to journal. And I'm just actually going to take a screenshot of that right now, so we have a good idea of it, and we learn from it. Again, you don't want to be making the same mistakes twice. It's okay to make mistakes. That happens. You guys are all learning. We're constantly learning, constantly getting better. But as long as you're not making the same ones. Yeah, you can see these certain areas here. There's gold dropping over here. Grab liquidity real quick, and we're going to continue down. Again, safe sells below 1700. Anyone have any questions? Anything they want to go over? 30-minute correct. This is the whatever. So this is what I was talking about, a possible live back testing, a possible sell stop below 1700. But you know, we didn't get a huge push. We didn't get a lot of volume pumping in. What we are getting is possibly a setup, which is way better than just like price taking off without you with news. I'd much rather wait for a nice setup, and then you could take that down. So this is where you see if you get maybe like a 5-minute close below that support here, unless we're grabbing liquidity again to consolidate and continue back up. You guys all good?
Yeah, unemployment claims, they didn't do much, huh?
No. It was better than expected. Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. Short GJ minus pip loss on 9-1. So 5-minute closed above that support, above 1700. 122 at AM Thursday, New York. Loss. Yeah, we're rejecting that level so far. Up. Just trying to figure out what it wants to do here. Some people could be getting trapped. Look at that bounce. Same exact thing we got right here. Except price kind of grab liquidity in that area. Yeah, we should have. Again, this is kind of why you want to go back to the higher time frames to like see what's going on in these areas. But it's a big profit taking area at that point. But it's all right. We didn't risk much. First day of the month. Only Thursday. You guys good?
Yeah, it ain't much going on right now.
I want to see if gold ends up closing and like retesting 1700. If so, we could possibly continue down, but I don't know. There's nothing that I really like today. I could see it's consolidating here and then continuing back up. US 30's dropping. The dollar, I mean, dollar's rising over here, obviously with that. So maybe you could take this with New York Stock Exchange open if we end up getting that close below here. But right now we have nothing. Everyone good, guys?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Is everyone happy with the way they managed GJ if you guys did enter it?
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Awesome. How'd you do, Sergio?
I think on the the first trade that I took on when the 15-minute closed, I closed half the position,
Okay.
and then I think the rest went up to hit my stop.
Okay. So you managed risk. That's good. How about the second one?
The second one, I didn't know where I could have managed risk because it was I think it was an 11 pip stop loss. So
okay, and it hit your stop loss.
Yeah, I only risked like 1% on that.
Good. Okay, so you only lost 1%. That's
Yeah.
not bad at all. You could easily make that back.
Yeah.
Okay. But and now you see like the support over here
Yeah.
and how we could have had this lower. We shouldn't have had it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the area. Strong demand zone. And that's again another example of how like having the correct zones can save you from a lot of losses. And that's why we practice that every day. Gold's coming down over here. Nice. Can the 5-minute close below? Seven seconds. Closed above. Holding that resistance here on the 1 minute. I'd rather get like a low created and a retest on the 1 minute to continue down. This is what we talk about when it comes to trading the reaction to the news. Just be careful over here because I could see the 1 minute faking that area out.
Yeah, this is a strong level, huh?
Oh yeah. Psychological. All right, 1 minute close below. See if it respects the high of the previous candle. Let's see if I'm not. Feel like a safe stop loss. Yeah. I just missed it. I was gonna say I would enter here after that 1 minute close below. This one's breaking the low over here. Maybe it creates a low and retests to continue down, but this was your move. How many pips is that? It's about 30 pips. Okay. The difficulty part of this is just where you're putting your stop loss. Would you put it up here above the 15-minute, which would make sense? But odds are 1700 is going to get retested before continuing down. See, typically, if you're looking at the 1 minute and you get like a close below somewhere over here, and then you get the classic retest, candles closing in your direction, and then the opposite direction as well, where we like close somewhere right there, and then we come up to this area, and then close bearish. That's where you can enter putting your stop loss somewhere up here, and then anticipate this move down. All right, guys. So the more you guys see this, the more you're gonna, want to execute on it. But again, just backtest it on the simulator, and just get your work in. This candle's getting a little bit weaker on that 1 minute. So can we get some kind of a pullback? All right, guys. Everyone good?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. We're going to be trading NFP with Sharma tomorrow. So I believe she's going to want to start that at 8 a.m. We get started at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning. Get our work in, do our breakdowns and everything like that, and then we'll hop on with her at 8. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, boys. And Tiff, have a great day, okay?
You too, Matt.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
okay.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Bye.